Today you're going to learn that when you see an E-Y together, it says E. E-Y together says E. Look at these words. We have turkey, money, and monkey. And if you'll notice in those words, turkey, I want valley also. In turkey, money, monkey, valley, the EY usually comes after an LL, an N, or a K, which we just learned in the spelling class. That is a usually spelling pattern, and it's important when you're spelling to have those tools to know when to use a Y versus an EY. So in spelling, in the last half hour, we did a lot of that LL, N, and K with an EY after it. Today, we're going to train our brain to recognize, in the reading class, we're going to train our brain to recognize that EY says E. So it might not always come after an LL, an N, or a K. It can come after other letters also in the real world. Those are the most common, so it's an important pattern to know for spelling. But for today, for reading, we're going to train our brain to recognize EY as a unit that says E. Follows the tap-do rule, because E says its name because there's another vowel after it. Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. So that vowel, that Y is technically silent. EY together says E. Yeah? All right, let me share my screen. All right, so let's get annotating. This I is going to say I because of the tap-to rule. There are two P's after it. And here is our EY that usually says E. Just as a heads up, it can say A every now and then, like in the word hay, but it's quite rare. Or in the word gray, which has two spellings. One of them is an EY. So EY can, just to put it in your subconscious, just to kind of have it in there so that when you see EY saying A, you won't be confused. It does say A once in a while, but very, very rarely. Almost always it's going to make that E sound. So our sounds are Y, I, P, R, E. Yipri, yipri. Go ahead and try yours over here. We're training our brain, our nerve pathways to memorize that EY as a unit. Recognize, I should say. Otherwise, I mean, if you didn't know that, like if people don't know that, are they trying, and most people, they have no idea that Y can be a vowel sometimes. It was kind of thrown in there at school maybe once or twice that Y might be a vowel, but that's all they knew, right? So to them, Y probably says yeah, because that's what we learned in school. When you see the alphabet chart and you see the alphabet chart on the top of the wall in kindergarten, first grade, what picture do you see under a Y? A yo-yo, right? So we were trained to think that Y says yeah. So if you didn't know that EY was a grapheme or a vowel team or a vowel digraph that said E, you might attempt to sound out a word as ye. It would make no sense. So today we're learning to train our brain to recognize EY as a unit that says E. All right, how did you do? So we have, if this is I and this is E, then we have y, it, e, yitri. Make sure that this is pronounced clearly and doesn't turn into a CHR sound. We don't want it to say yitri, yitri. That's a sloppy way to say it. We want it to say yitri, yitri. Pronounce that T as it was intended. Okay, 2. This I will say it because of the tap-to rule. I can see those two P's. There's actually 3 consonants after it, but all a vowel needs to pronounce its short sound are 2 consonants after it. Here's our EY, our reading hack for the day. This says E. So our sounds are b, ip, l, e, biply, biply. This is going to be an important thing for you to know, that P sound. When you just read that with me, did the P sound like a P? When you were pronouncing it on your own, did you pronounce that P as P? You have to be really careful about that because that is sneaky and it wants to sneak onto the end of a lot of our words, but there's no in this word. If there were, it would be a 3-syllable word. It would say biply, biply. There's no So when you pronounce the sound of your P, make sure it's only air. No vocal cords are allowed to be used. Okay, no voice comes out at all on a P. Biply, biply, biply. 2 syllables. Biply, not 3. It's not biply, biply. Try that because you also have a PL over here. So make sure that it's a pull and not a pull. It's just pull. Air, only air on that P comes out. So our sounds, this I says I because of the tap 2 rule. There are 2 consonants after it. EY is our reading hub for the day that says E. Sounds are, I'll let you do it. You do this one on your own. Make sure your DR doesn't sound like a JR. That would be a sloppy or lazy way to say it. We don't want it to sound like jr. It's der, der, der. So this I says I, EY says E. We have d, I, m, p, l, e. Drimply, drimply. Very careful right here. Drimply. And get the M. Drimply. Drimply. 2 syllables. Drimply. How'd you do on Drimply? Did you get Drimply? Put a Y or a for almost. I just made that mistake because I did not do it with each letter and another letter snuck in. Right? It's so tempting to let another sound sneak in there, especially with those voiceless letters like P. It's so tempting to have an sneak in there. That's why I wanted to make sure I brought that to your attention because it just happens without our knowledge. Sometimes we just say it without knowing. So we have yeses, almosts, yes, kind of. Okay. Number 3. So here we have a consonant Y. Here we have a vowel Y. Welcome to the probably 1% who knows that. So this consonant Y is going to make that subtle sound with the back of your tongue working only. Y, y. I before 2 consonants says I. EY says E. So here we have Y, I, sh, t, E. When you pronounce it, be careful of this TR. Pronounce it nice and clear, ter and not chur, okay? Ter. So we have y, yish, yisht, yishter, yishturi, yishtri, yishtri. It's kind of, you can hear kind of a tree like you see in your backyard sound at the end of that one. Yishtri, yishtri, yeah? Go ahead and try yours. Okay, be careful of your TR here. And then your voiceless P. Right? So here we have an I because it has 2 consonants after it. EY says E. Consonant Y says Y. And I, P, T, E. Y. Yip. yipped, yipter, yip tree, yip tree, yip tree. 2 syllables. Yip tree, yip tree. Okay, number 4. So what do I have here? I have a a short I, and I have a EY. So I have P, I, M, P, E. Primpy, primpy, primpy. Try yours over here. Again, pay attention to your T and your R. You've never seen this word before in your life, but I have a feeling you're going to get it just fine. You're going to go sound by sound. You're going to blend every sound together just right. And you're going to read this word that you've never seen before correctly because you're learning how words work. So this I says I because it comes before 2 consonants. EY says E, our reading hack for the day. So we have B, L, I, N, T, R, E. Blintry. Blintry. Did you get blintry without me? Y or A? Yes or almost? That's right. That is right, you did. Amazing. Is this lesson a little on the easy side? Because there aren't always easy lessons, right? Sometimes what we're learning is a little more challenging than other lessons, which just goes to prove that it's the lesson, not the learner, that is the challenge. As you can tell, if you're picking up this EY says E and you're able to pronounce these words correctly for the most part, then you can tell that you can do this. You've got this. Sometimes our lessons are a little bit more challenging, but it's the lesson that is challenging, not the learner's ability to pick it up. All right, so here we are on our extra practice. Would you like me to try one of these with you? Put a number in the Q&A if you want. If you would like to request one of these. Number 9, you got it. Where'd my pen go? There it is. All right, so we have consonant Y, vowel Y. This I says I. This I says I. EY says E. Go for it. You can do it. If you want to divide it into syllables, you can divide it right here. Okay, so if this I says I, this I says I, and EY says E, and we have it divided into syllables, we're really just reading 3 short nonsense words. We can do this. So we have Y, I, yim, kind of like yum, but with an I. Yim. P, l, I, n. Plin. T, e. Tree. Yim, plin, tree. Yim, plin, tree. Yim, plin, tree. I want to know how you did on that one. Put a Y, you got it without me, or an A almost on that one. Good job, Sheldon. Nice. Wow. See? I knew it. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. Good job. What? That one might be the hardest one on the page. I bet you were close. I bet you were close, Imelda. All right. I know you. You're probably closer than you think. Okay. Now I have a request for, what was the other ones? Number 7? Okay, number 7. So we have this I says I. Here we have another I. Here we have an EY that says E. Go for it. I'm not going to divide this one. You can if you want. Here's how you do it. If you see a VCV, vowel, consonant, vowel, divide it right here. If you see a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, divide it right here. If you see a vowel, consonant, 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 vowel, divide it right here. You're getting it, aren't you? I know you are. Okay. So, what do we have? Let's look. So, if this I says I, this I says I, this EY says E, then we have P, L, I, M, T, There's our T, that we're going to say nice and clearly. I, P, E. Pull, pli. Remember that P is only air. P, pull, pli. Plim, plimt, plimter, plimtrip, plimtrip, plimtrippy, plimtrippy, plimtrippy. Did you get plimtrippy? Y or A? Yes or almost? Good job, Joseph. Of course you did. Of course you did. And if you were almost, then you were almost there. And that was one of the hardest ones on the page. Remember, it's the challenge, it's the word that's challenging, not the learner's ability to read it. We were picking challenging ones. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Number, let's see, did I get any others? That's okay if you didn't get it. I bet you were closer than you think. Okay, number 6. So we have this I that's going to say I. Now I want you to look at this TCH. That is a trigraph, and it's going to make one sound. The T is essentially silent. It's technically there, it's a stop sound, but it's going to just be pronounced as ch. So go ahead and print it and read that word. Yeah, you know it, you know it. So this Y says Y, here we have I, here we have ch, here we have E. Y, yitch, yitchy, yitchy, like itchy, but with a Y at the front. Now you know why a word with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters makes sense once you know what's happening inside of it. That's a trigraph. That's a vowel team or a vowel digraph. So we really only have 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds in that long word. Yitchy. Isn't it nice when words make sense? Isn't it just nice when words make sense? I'm so happy that you came today so that you can learn that, or learn it better, learn it stronger, learn it harder, and learn it to the point where you can teach others. You've got this, my friends. You are amazing. Have a good weekend. See you Monday. Bye, everybody.